Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of the interview with Justin Credible. The first part was amazing. I know you guys are excited for this part as much as I am to give it to you guys. This is when the tough questions come in. We're going to get a little tough, down and dirty. There's also going to be some good, hearted questions. I'm going to hit you hard right when we start off, okay?
Yep.
All right. How long into the business was it until you had your first gimmick problem? In gimmick, I mean, you know.
Yeah, sure. Dude, and I've told this before. I didn't know I had a gimmick problem till I ran out of gimmicks,
Yep.
and this was a crazy journey. It started. Oh, I was with the WWE, and I had my firstborn son, Nicholas, who's 18 and graduated to go to college.
Congratulations on that, by the way. I seen he just graduated.
Yeah, but I was doing really well financially, and I was in the WWE, and we had a very rare time where I had a week off. So
Yeah.
it's like summer. We went to the Jersey Shore. I don't know what you probably just know Jersey Shore from the stupid show,
Yeah.
but it's a really nice. It's beautiful. It really
Yeah.
is. It's like old school boardwalks, and it's a lot of fun. So my mom, dad, my wife, and my newborn, um, we were going to Jersey Shore for 3-4 days. Nice little vacation. Jill goes. My wife's Jill.
Yeah.
She goes, "Hey, Peach, um, you don't have any more Vicodin. Do you want them to get? Do you want me to fill them?" I'm like, or call the dogs or whatever. I said, "No, I'm not wrestling. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna wrestle. I'm cool."
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I get down there. It's like a 4-hour drive. Shit, I'm in the room, man. I don't know if the beds are uncomfortable. I'm not sleeping. I'm sweating bullets. I don't feel good. I'm in the bathroom taking a shower because I can't fall asleep, and I'm all jittery. Then the next morning comes, and day 2, I'm like emotion. Like I don't even know. I thought I was losing my mind. What's wrong with me? I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm shaking. What the fuck? Like I really never felt it before. And then I pushed through. I started drinking some fucking booze just to kind of chill me out. It was horrible. And then I called my doctor. I was fucking nervous. Couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I was puking. Just the worst. They're like, picture the worst flu.
Yep.
And then I called the doctor. Like, "Doc, what's up?" And I go, I'm on vacation. Blah, 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 blah. Do you have your medication?" I'm like, "No." Then he goes, "All right." He calls me, and he was a quack, anyways. Like, he'd give me anything. I would, just sign an autograph, and he'd give you whatever.
Yep.
Like 90 Xanax, 150 Vite, whatever.
Yep.
Anything you wanted, muscle relaxer. So he sent me over a script to pick up in Jersey, and I took them. And when I took them, it all went away, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's physical addiction. That's how stupid I was." When I started taking pills, everybody was doing it. Addiction wasn't the way it is today.
Yep.
And with Vince, that was the crazy thing is you couldn't. They were piss testing us. So as long as you had a script for it, if you didn't, wasn't a big deal. Couldn't smoke weed. And I'm a big advocate of marijuana.
Yep.
Although I don't smoke anymore, I still think when that shit. I can get my license, but I don't because I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't have funds, but. So that's what it was, man. I realized I had a physical addiction at that point, and it took me more than 10 years to get off of it, And I had to go to rehab in 2012 for the first time, and wow, it was crazy.
Have you ever tried CBD oils?
I have.
Do they help?
I have. Not really.
No.
Honestly.
I felt the same way. Everybody swears up and down by them. I tried it because I personally I smoke pot. Smoked pot, and I've whatever,
Right.
and I've tried to. I've cut way back because like financially, I got kids and shit, man. My money needs to go to better things than that, and so I tried
absolutely.
that CBD shit, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's just the same. It'll relax you. You don't get high, blah blah blah." And it didn't do shit for me. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. It's disappointing because I was looking for something. I've done so much research, and I'm a huge fan. What kind of inspired me to want to do a podcast myself is Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Joe Rogan has a great podcast, man, and he's a big advocate of pot, and he's like super in shape and does good jujitsu. Like he's a black belt in jujitsu, and like I'm like, dude, that's the answer right there. I mean, something you get from the ground that's not addictive. That is, I'm a very big pot advocate, and they teach you in recovery that that's not necessarily the way to go, But what's the worst thing that could honestly happen to you?
Here's the thing.
You know what I
You've
mean?
never heard of a pothead getting behind the wheel and,
Nope.
you've never heard of a pothead robbing a bank. A pothead gets high and eat everything out of his fridge. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And then he goes to
Right.
sleep watching a funny movie. Whoop-de-doo,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not going to get sick. You're not going to withdraw. You're not going to die.
Yep.
Wow, what a concept. Yet we, to get on the mental health thing real quick, we have anxiety and Xanax and all the SSRI, Paxil and Prozac and shit that really fucks with your head.
Yep.
And your emotions. So yeah, man. Hopefully I can someday I'll be able to do it and I'm scared too because I'm in the, like I told you earlier, I had a legal case and stuff where I still have to go to piss and cups, so I can't be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, and that sucks because even though I don't have as you get older, dude, you don't know anybody, and you know what I mean. It's it's like, what am I going to do? Ask my 18-year-old, hey son, it's weird. The old man doesn't know where to go.
For sure. Well, the problem is the country makes weed out to be this bad thing because if weed becomes legal, this is my opinion and my thought. It's not fact based or anything, but if weed becomes legal, it hurts big pharma, and the government makes so much money off of big pharma, so they don't want that to happen. And you were saying that one doctor would give you whatever the fuck you wanted for an autograph, and that's 95% of the problem with addictions. And with there's dirty doctors that'll write you a script for fucking anything because they just don't care. You know what I mean? And I feel like if they were held more accountable, it would be a trickle effect all the way down.
I agree, and that's I think half of the problem with what happens in America is now, and now it's gone the other way too because I don't know how it is over there. I think it's a pretty nationwide thing of heroin, man.
Oh yeah,
and that comes from the OxyContin. I would have never, dude. To me, that was a dirty word, man. Heroin, holy shit.
Yep.
But I found out the only reason I did that was because I was on all these prescriptions by doctors.
Yep.
And this is no excuse, but you find this happening, man. And once the pills became I just killed a bee. When the pills became too expensive, and the doctors after Benoit, a lot of doctors stopped writing because it was huge, right?
Yep.
We were made to go get them from wherever you could, and a buddy that has them, but it was ridiculous. And somebody one day, I was sick, withdrawing, and somebody's like, "Hey man, did you ever try heroin?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah, it's just and it is. It really is. It's actually OxyContin's actually stronger. It's just stepped on stuff, and that's how I got hooked. Just out of the necessity of I don't want to be sick. And now doctors won't even write anything. Now there's just such a scare that I have been to the hospital when I was trying to detox myself from alcohol. And it's funny, alcohol is legal, but it will kill you, man. It'll kill you quicker. And that's the one thing is that you can't just stop drinking. Like people don't drink. Well, that sounds great, but when you're shaking, and my sister-in-law passed away in this house last year from trying to withdraw herself from alcohol. She died.
Yeah, and see it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You can go to the fucking gas station and buy a pint of vodka. You know what I mean?
It's insane.
It's
man.
insane,
and it kills you. It's killed so many families. It's almost killed me. Honestly, alcohol would have killed me quicker than heroin, and that sounds insane.
It's insane.
I was drinking almost a gallon of vodka a day,
man,
up last year before I got clean.
Damn, that's insane. I mean, I had a rough patch for about a year and a half or so when I first moved out on my own. Me and my friends, we would fucking just get drunk every single day, and then it's like, oh, we're just living life. We're just teenagers, and then that one day you decide not to drink. You're like, holy fuck, man, I got a drink, and then so it's like, if it wasn't for my kid, and I started messing around with coke a little bit here and there, and that got pretty bad, and then I found out I was having a kid on the way, and I had no choice, you know what I mean, because that little kid needs me and shit like that. So it's just crazy how all that shit is right there, but yet the one drug, I don't even consider it a drug, but that's what they classify. The one thing out there that will make not everything, but make a lot of things easier and a lot of things better. It's looked upon worse than fucking heroin, like you said. It just makes no sense, man.
It's disgusting. Man. I see a shift happening. I think in the next 10 years, something will happen because it's easy to get a license here. It's a work though. Talk about the biggest work in the business. For me to get a license here. For the dispensaries and stuff, I got to pay $250 for an appointment, and then the car, it's like $500 out the gate, right?
Yep.
And it's like, and not to mention just going to the store and buying whatever medicine you may need, whatever strand edible. I'd like to do edibles. I've never done edibles, just for the fact that like I don't want to smoke anymore. Like I really want to quit smoking, just so, but to get the effect,
Yep.
the therapeutic effect that weed gives you. I mean, but hey, man, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it does.
Yep.
And I think it will.
I think
it
we're
will.
slowly getting there. Nebraska will probably be the last state to do it because they're the most conservative state in the country. But that's beyond the
Really?
point. Oh yeah.
Is that real?
Oh
Wow.
man. So you know how sports betting became legal nationwide?
Yes.
The day it became legal nationwide, Nebraska's governor or whatever he is came out and said, "Yeah, it won't be happening in Nebraska."
Oh, wow.
Like, you know how much money you're leaving on the fucking table right there, dude? Like, my kids will be going to school using school books from 1927 because we can't afford new school books for our schools. But let's turn down this income source for no reason because, yeah, you know what? Who cares? It's just.
Yeah, and then that's how they get you with cigarettes too.
Yep.
Like we were talking about the price of cigarettes, and that's most of it is taxes. Tobacco is dirt cheap.
Yeah. Yep.
And the states keep taxing it, dude. Tax weed like that.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. That's what they
That's
do in
so
Colorado.
much money.
Colorado in the first 2 years, I think they made like $275 million. They're fixing schools, they're fixing their streets. They're not only that, but it creates jobs. You need someone in there cutting those plants down. Yeah, it's a low end job, but it's a fucking job. You know what I mean? You have 100,000 dispensaries, that's another 300,000 jobs. Whatever. But what do we know? You know what I mean? We're not in that. They don't take the opinion from anybody, which it's pretty much common sense to me. But
absolutely.
Let's get back onto these questions. I appreciate how open you're being with me and how we can have conversations like we've known each other for a long time. So I appreciate that a lot, man.
No, thank you, brother.
Would you say that the incident at the Blitzkrieg indie show, was the lowest point in your career?
No.
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 No. Nope. I realized what was going on. I intended, I was drinking, yeah. I was, but my intention that night, I wasn't even booked on the show, right? And I remember, they say like alcohol is gives you that kind of inhibitions, you wouldn't do it normally.
Yep.
All I tried to do is one time I was wrestling Shane Douglas at an indie show, and Terry Funk was signing autographs, kind of like how I was just signing autographs. And Terry did an impromptu shoot on me and Shane, and got we did an angle with it, just had fun, an ad-lib thing. So I just wanted to ad-lib with these kids. And then the promoter came in and started being a dick. And I've known this guy too. He's one of the boys, or thinks he's one of the boys. It was just crazy, and it blew into something that it wasn't. So no, I don't consider that.
Yeah, I mean, because I watched the video. I mean, doing my research, I watched the video, and you were talking fine. I mean, yeah, they said you were drinking whatever, but it's not like you couldn't even get in the fucking ring. You got in the ring just fine. You know what I mean? And you were
it was mishandled.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Well, put it this way, I was with Homicide, and a couple of those guys from Ring of Honor era. At a show, and they made that motherfucker who did that to me fucking leave the locker room.
Yeah, because he handled that.
You're not welcome here.
Yeah,
because you don't do that. Because what the Homicide said, man. Because Pete, anybody that knows me, it's I've earned my stripes.
Yep.
It's there's a guy in need. That thing with Scott Hall when he was fucked up at that show.
Yep.
That was I was with him that night. I was wrestling him that night. So I've been there, man, and. You're supposed to. That's when the show stops, and you're like, dude, let's get you some help, not berate you. And it's there's a point in time where you say, give this guy a helping hand.
Yep.
It's bad. This is bad. Shut the cameras down. Come on, man. Let's just go, Pete.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah.
So they said, you know what, motherfucker, you could have handled it differently. And again, hindsight. Whatever, I shouldn't have done it. I overstepped my boundaries, but it was handled poorly by them as well. And they know it, and they had repercussions. And I'm sad that they did, but the boys stand up to the boys.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
And even me watching it, no one who's ever been in a locker room or been in that kind of situation in a ring at all in that aspect, I was like, dude, what is this guy doing? You don't fucking do that. You don't sit there and holler at him and do that. I was just like, whatever, I just couldn't believe it. So I mean,
again, I have to take the responsibility.
Oh, for sure.
I did it.
Yeah.
But it's not. I've never watched it. I won't. That's one thing. Because you and I, we're talking on anxiety and stuff. That's something that'll just put me in that place of I can't have negative energy, man. I can't. I got to do better with myself, and that's a me problem. That's
Yep.
But I've got to notice I'm the worst because my wife yells at me. I can't put my phone down because I'm always trying. You got to hustle, and I'm always trying to. When I'm doing well, I'm creative. trying to hit up promoters, because if I'm not booked, I don't work. I
Yeah.
don't make money.
Yep.
So I'm always trying to hustle, and not in a bad way, in a good way. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Somehow, I got to somehow bring in, you know, X amount of dollars per week. You know, I have a family, and it's not always there, man.
Yep.
You know, and that's what I think a lot of people don't, and whatever. It's, it's an individual thing. I just unfortunately never, I don't have a trade. I grew up in the business kind of. I've been doing this all my life.
Yep.
Other than a job at Stop and Shop and some restaurants when I wanted to be a chef until I figured out there's no fucking money in this.
Oh, there's definitely no money in that either.
There's no money in that, man. I mean, there is if you're fucking famous.
In New York.
You know that dude, Anthony Bourdain?
Yep.
That killed himself?
Mm-hmm.
I saw his will. He was only worth $1.6 million.
Yep.
And, I would have figured a guy like Anthony Bourdain, best-selling author, world-renowned chef, he's on CNN, figured this dude's got to have $1.6 million. Again, nothing for you and me to laugh at.
No.
That's $1 million, but you think like, he must have properties and all this money. Nope.
Yep.
So it's just, it's surprising, but you never know, whatever. But it's just an example of, man, when you make wrestling your business, like a business, it's hard.
Yep.
It's hard, and it takes a lot of the fun out of it.
Yep.
And that's what fans don't. Fans want you to be just incredible.
Yep.
They want you to be that guy, but they don't understand, man. Like, I'm not, like I said to you earlier, being a good guy in this business is not good.
Yep. Yep.
You have to be very firm and and that's not me. Like, so many times, and everybody will pick on, me for, you did this or you missed this show. You know how many times I have been stiffed on pay from every promoters?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, you're supposed to get 500 tonight, but I can only come up with 350, dude.
Yeah.
I don't go bury promoters.
Yeah.
Take it, right? What are you gonna do?
Yep.
But these motherfuckers nowadays, man, they'll start fucking hooting and hollering that, Credible, didn't make this gig because, when he was booked. It's like, well, dude, shit happens, man. It's not like I plan to miss bookings, and that's not happened very often, but when it does.
Well, honestly, you missing a booking hurts you too, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, so
it happens. Like, one guy got mad at me because I made a promise to him, and then I get it, his point, but I made a promise to him, and this guy's also handed me $50 for gas money too, and that's all you get paid.
Yeah.
So this guy, I was booked, and it's coming up in July for one show of his. I had nothing else going on. Well, a very good promoter, and he didn't give me. Usually, I take deposits just because I've had shows. I was booked for a show in LA, and I was supposed to get $750, half up front. They canceled on me. Had a plane ticket. They canceled on me the day before.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have that deposit, I would have been completely out of the gig, which I know a lot of the boys were.
Yep.
So you got to be very, very careful. But yeah, dude. But anyways, that Providence promoter, I took. Somebody offered me 2 shows, the 20th and the 21st, and money up front. So it's like, sorry, bud. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, business is business.
But they get mad. They get mad, and then they bury you. Like in the '90s, you got coming up then. It was that honor. It was that handshake kind of like, and the wrestler's court, and like you have to maintain. You didn't air out your public shit.
Yeah.
Like I like to talk openly and honest as we have been.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's who I am, and that's how I want to be perceived.
Yep.
But I'll never bury somebody, like go online and say, fuck this motherfucker. I hate that. It's like you and me could talk privately and air out our shit. Why does, you know what I mean?
It's just this generation we live in. Like, I feel like for my age, I'm 27. I feel like I have an old school mentality because I spent a lot of time with my grandpa growing up, and I always learned from him and took from him, and it's just like the generation we live in now, man. It's all about people. It's all about attention, and he did this to me, and he did that to me. What are you gonna do to me? Like, no, fuck you. It happens. Move on with your life and go to the next thing. That's the way life works, man. It's just that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right, my next question is, I read in an article that people involved in the rehab with WWE have a weekly call on Wednesday night. Are you still involved in those?
It's funny, when we were doing this, as we speak, I got the text rolled through.
Oh, so
yeah.
I hope I don't completely cut you out of that phone call, but
No. It was just a text. It's they do a reminder every Wednesday of the meeting starts at 7. So yeah.
That's cool. I mean, and you said it helped you out and you looked forward to it, so I'm glad you're still involved with that and that you still do that. So. And then I already asked you that. Did your addictions play a role in your first departure from WWE?
With Aldo?
Yep.
No, not at
No,
all.
nope.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. The timeline was all that stuff happened on the second run.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on today's product?
I don't watch it enough. And I don't know why. I guess it's just every fan's criticisms of it lately. It's like, dude, you watch. I mean, it's painful to watch 3 hours of anything.
Yep.
Anything. You know, it's hard for me to sit through Raw. And just I think this plays into there's no surprises. There's no competition really.
Yep.
Other than I love what's going on with New Japan and all the stuff that is happening throughout. I think wrestling is making a comeback because of the age we live in and how many resources. It's like you and I having this conversation.
Yep.
We couldn't do this 20 years ago the way we're doing it.
Nope.
And I think that enables if ECW was around right now, we don't need to. Paul had to pay people for airtime, where now you can have a Twitch deal or there's ways to put your product out there. So I think that's huge.
Yep, that's for sure. I'm gonna give you my opinion. I like you said back in the day, you guys would have bullet points and you wouldn't go over the matches, and then nowadays everything is fucking scripted down to the way they walk to the ring, the first match, which rope they're gonna go off, and I feel like that's what killed the business so much. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but the ratings for Raw came out yesterday, and it was the lowest rating Raw's ever had.
Wow.
And everyone's making a big deal about, they just signed these TV deals. And yeah, $1 billion is fucking insane. But if you think about it, the NFL signed a $3.5 billion deal just for Thursday Night Football. So that's for 12 fucking games a year. And the WWE got $1 billion for 52 weeks. So it's really not that much money if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, I kind of, with me doing this podcasting stuff and me, I try and get my name out there and cause a little controversy on social media. So I tagged WWE, Vince McMahon, Triple H, and all them in the tweet. I'm like, what are you guys going to do about these ratings and all that stuff? So just would you ever expect Vince McMahon to be okay with his ratings being the lowest ever?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. It's just until something really really shocking happens in the business to shake it up, I don't think we're going to get. But also too, the ratings could be down. But I think the way we consume stuff now with the network and binge watching Netflix, and I think the viewer has changed as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Traditional. So I think it's a wait and see game. I know their business is healthy.
Yeah.
From that standpoint. So
I just feel like ratings back in the day, like you said, now there's more platforms and with the network, but their network subscriptions have been stuck around the same number since the first time it came out. So they're not even really gaining more subscribers in that way. And I think they need to do more things and put more original content on there. Like they had that thing called Legends House, which was one of my favorite shows to ever watch on the network, where they had a bunch of old, and stuff like that. They need to do more of that. But when everyone's just like, who cares about their ratings? They got that TV deal. The ratings, I mean, they don't matter as much, but they still matter. You know what I mean? And to have the lowest rating in Raw history in 2018 is just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. I think...
Oh, you're cutting out.
When they went from pay-per-view model, they switched the pay-per-view model, and now with the network and it's all kind of figured in. But I think it's going to change. I still think the game's going to change again, and I don't know what it's going to be to spike interest. I'm going nuts, by the way, trying to find a plug.
Oh, you're fine. Phone. Oh, you're fine.
I'm a tool.
Yeah, you're good. So you said something about you wanted to get into podcasting, and I seen your tweet, and that one guy made a good comment that there is no ECW-based podcast. So why don't you look into doing something like that?
Yeah, that's interesting, man. And I think I am going to straight up go with something of that nature, because I wanted to do more of a Joe Rogan style podcast, kind of like what you and I are doing.
Yeah.
But that's in the cards right now. I think to get my feet wet, I'm going to have to, do something like that to get attention. Could you hold on for 1 second? Can we take a break real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
Lose you if I don't get a charger.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
One
good.
sec.
You're good.
Get a charger.
That's the one thing about this video recording thing. It doesn't pause. Well, while he stepped away, guys, I'm going to go ahead and advertise for my cousin-in-law's remodeling business. Here's a picture of it right here. O'Hara Exteriors LLC, siding, windows, gutters, and roofing. Just go ahead and call that number, and he will do anything you need for him. Also, I'll go ahead and show the T-shirts, Credible's T-shirts again, so you guys know. He said it's at...
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just plugging
I'm
you...
lose you.
No,
I saw it went down to 10%, and I fully charged, too. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what happens with the video stuff. But we're back now. You're good to go?
Hold on, nope.
Nope, you're fine. You're fine.
There we go. Yes, we're good.
All right. Let's get it going.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So yeah, we're back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I plugged your T-shirts again in the documentary and my cousins, so that worked out perfect. Again,
Sweet.
Thank you, Justin, for this, man. You're being so open. Like I said, I'm having a blast. This is my favorite interview I've done so far, and I just appreciate it, man. I'm glad that you're on the right path and you're doing the things you need to do to keep your head straight. And like just from looking at you, you just seem like you're a completely different person, and I just hope you can keep that going. I mean, it seems like you have a good support system with Diamond Dallas Page, and X-Pac's always there for you to reach out. And like that's the shit that's cool is like you guys, no matter what you've been through, no matter what, you guys always have each other to fall back on. And so to me, that is awesome.
It is, and that's the brotherhood that I spoke about. Like and I was talking about Scott and those guys. It's like we became because of being away from our families. We became, you become in this business, and any touring business, music, sports, you become family. And you guys are family, man.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of friends outside the business.
Yep. And I mean,
actually, I don't think, I never thought about it. I don't think I have one outside the business. So. Yeah,
well, like I said, that's awesome that they're you guys are still boys and have that conversation and stuff like that. That's amazing to me. Let's get to some random questions real quick. What TV shows are you into right now? What's one of your favorite sitcoms of all time? Are you a comedy guy? You a horror guy?
Damn. What about? Oh, you know what I've been watching a lot of. I binge watched the shit out of it. Sons of Anarchy.
Real quick, it's funny you said that. I named my oldest son Jackson, and I spell it Jaxon so I can call him Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I tried to convince my wife to let me name my second son Opie, but she wasn't having it.
Amazing, right? That's where I got the idea for the Reaper shirt.
Yeah, that's cool. That makes sense now that I've seen it. So
yeah, and instead of Redwood Original, it says Hardcore Original.
That's
idea.
Nice. That's awesome. That's clever. That's sweet. He's actually there's a spin-off coming out this spring for the Mayans. So I'm hoping it's
the Mayans. Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Yep.
I think it will.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm mad the way they ended Sons of Anarchy and how it ended the way it did. I feel like they could have kept going. I get where Sutter came from saying, we want to end while we're on top instead of push it down the drain, which probably would have happened. But I feel like they could have got a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, they could. It's amazing with art or anything. You kind of gotta. Everything is a shelf life, right?
Yep.
And I think pulling the trigger the way they did is probably for the best. I don't think the show would have suffered, but you just don't want to see it go away.
Exactly.
Either. I could have watched those characters forever.
Can you give me any party stories or any crazy stories you did back in the day, or you got family around, or?
Yeah, I'm isolated. I'm in one room that's probably the only room right now that's not noisy. No, nothing crazy, believe it or not. Yeah, mostly, and this is again more. I think about how much of the addict thing. We all kind of just wanted to go to the rooms and get fucked up.
Yeah.
Then you know what I mean?
Yep.
Being in public and with the fans and stuff. So we were always real careful. So we just take a handful of pills and some booze and take it to the room. And so many times, man, I would just just hang out. Like me and Road Dog, we were in Kuwait, uh, and he was with Jeff Jarrett at the time. He was the roadie, right?
Yep.
And you know, we just in Kuwait there was kind of like nothing to do. You're in, you know, it's like the Middle East, and it's, you know, it's kind of weird. So we just like, fuck it, let's just get room service. We had a day off, and just get fucked up in the room, watch fucking pay-per-view movies or whatever, you know, just to kind of kill time, because it sucks being alone.
Yeah, for sure.
In a room by yourself,
Yeah.
and killing the entire day.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, that's what we would do, man. You know, we'd all come to one room. You know, that's what's funny. It's like, you know, it was always me and Scott Hall, and we liked hanging around each other so much. It wasn't about the money. We'd get rooms with each other just to hang out. Like, what the fuck, you need a room? Like, we'd get a cot. You know, sometimes it'd be like three guys in the room.
Does
be, you know what I mean?
Does Scott Hall snore real loud?
I don't even know.
I'm just trying. I'm just asking off the wall questions, man.
That was always a big thing too. It's like who snores, who doesn't, you know.
Yep.
Because you kind of, you know, you got to be, you know, mind your etiquette, so to speak. It's like, what the fuck can I do about snoring?
Yeah, for sure.
My last fucked up most of the time. It didn't matter.
Yep. So I know you got a seminar to get to, and again, I appreciate this time, man, and I'm so thankful, and I hope if you down the road when you start your podcast, you wouldn't mind having me on for a couple minutes, or have you on again.
Dude, it'd be an honor, and I hope we keep in touch. I'm sure we will.
And that's what I was gonna say. I hope
you have a friend in right here, dude. Like I said, you know, I know it's you know, since I have done these, I knew it was gonna be easy, and effortless, you know. And that's why I just say let's just you know, just talk. We're just two dudes.
And if you ever if you never need to vent, if you ain't got, you know, you're going through a rough day, don't, you know, like I said, this is our first time meeting, but don't hesitate to call me. You know what I mean? If you just need to get some shit off your chest, you just need to fucking vent, I'll pick up my phone whenever, especially when I see Justin Credibles calling me. Oh my God, you know what I mean? So if you need anything, man, just
it's very it's humbling, believe it or not, you know, because at the end of the day, right, we're just people.
Yep.
You know, and you know, for the longest time, you shut yourself out sometimes. Not by, it's kind of out of security, out of safety.
Yep.
Like, because I'm you know, I've been used up by marks too, like just being too nice.
Yeah.
They take.
Yep.
So I was always worried about that, but I just figured, you know what, it's good to open up and let people in.
Yeah.
And when I started doing that, shit started to get better. You know?
Yeah, like I said, don't ever hesitate. A text message, whatever you need something, I'll let you vent to me, and you know I'll shoot it straight with you. I'll tell you what to do. You know what I mean. So I don't ever hesitate if you're backed in a corner. Also, last question, not wrestling related, not your addiction related. Are you into other sports?
Yeah. Oh, I love football.
If you're a Patriots fan, we're gonna have problems though. So.
Nope.
Okay, good. Who do you like?
I see the Jets banner.
Yeah.
I hate the Giants for some reason. I like the Broncos. When they had their run with Peyton Manning, I noticed, you know, I was watching a lot of Bronco football that I enjoyed. So now, I mean, I don't have like a diehard, but I would say anything Jets related is always, you know, you got to pick somebody when you live here. So it's like definitely not the Patriots. And I don't, you know, so I would go with the football Jets, the ball. Fucked up. Now this is gonna blow your mind a little bit. NBA is my second, and I'm a Boston Celtic, dude.
And one of my best friends is a Celtic fan. I'm actually basketball's number 2 for me, and I'm a diehard Nuggets fan, only because I have some connections in Denver. So I'm a Nuggets fan through and through. But now that you say you're a Jets fan, man, that completely changes everything. We're definitely gonna have to become best friends. No, but I'm excited with what they did in the draft. Sam Darnold's going to be I think he's going to be the future. We finally got a quarterback, man, and I'm stoked for that.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait for this season. It's going to be a badass season.
So again, like I keep saying last question, but I turned my paper. I got one more. What was your favorite city to perform in? I have a feeling you're going to say Philly, but
favorite city to perform? Chicago.
Chicago, huh?
And it's under, like, a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people will tell you that, I think, but Chicago is very much a wrestling city, but it's one of the best people. I don't know if people realize this in the business we do, because we get paid upon the gate, right?
Yep.
So usually, I mean, that's how WWE did it for a long time. I think they still do. But yeah, dude, like Chicago always like sold out or close to it, and the money is good. It's like one of those top cities that we go to. Philly was hard. It got burned out. You know, like and New York was always good.
Yeah.
But New York even too. They were fickle. Chicago, they were just always there and always ready. They love wrestling in Chicago.
So a crazy fact: SmackDown was actually just in Omaha on July 3rd, and
Yeah.
the day of the show, you could buy not ringside but lower level on the floor tickets for $20.
Yeah, I
That's
believe.
that's. I mean, I remember when I went when Stone Cold Steve Austin was the GM on the four wheeler. I went to SmackDown second tier. It was like $74 for the tickets, and now it's to think that you can get ground level seats for $20, man.
Well, the thing is, I mean, shit, I remember doing TV where half the buildings were empty,
Yep.
you know, and like the hard camera side would be like where the camera is would be completely
Full.
empty, and they would just put as many people, you know. Yeah, dude, that happens all the time, man.
Yep.
It doesn't surprise me,
Yeah.
you know.
I was just thrown back by that, but I'll let you go. I appreciate it. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for your honesty. My listeners are gonna enjoy it. Like I said, if you ever need anything, you need someone to talk to, just get some shit off your chest. You go, because I deal with anxiety too, so I know how it goes, man. I fuck. After this car accident, I didn't want my girl to leave me because I felt like I was gonna have a fucking pass out concussion. You know what I mean? Just because that's the way my mind works. You know what I mean? And so it's like I get it, and all you need is someone to vent to for a second, and you're fine. So like I said, feel free to shoot me a text, reach out to me, and go Jets, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. It was great, and let's catch up down the road, brother.
Yeah, I will. So, and good luck tonight at your seminar. Just keep your head, keep fighting, man, and reach out to your support system when you need to. Okay.
Thank you, and I will. You have a great day, man. This was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening, guys. And,
Yep.
thanks for listening.
Yep. Thank you.
See you.